Welcome back for a new top 10 list, or rather, MTG top 10. This time we are looking at 10 of my personal favorite commons slash uncommons from the set Modern Horizons 3. Stay tuned in the future for a ranking of 10 of the best, in my opinion, 10 great rares of Modern Horizons 3. But today I figured let's do about 50-50, half each. So with that said, starting off at number 10. Honor goes to a great card which would be very useful in stuff like Pauper. This Dear Charm costs 2 white mana. Also has the ability, choose one of these things. First, deals damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control to target creature. Or option 2, destroy target enchantment. Or option 3, exile any number of target players' graveyards. Quite nice in the fact that it only costs 2 and you can choose, and all are quite good. Personally, I think option 3 is one of the best, really, for this card. But if you're looking for an interesting white instant to use in a Pauper deck, specific depending on your strategies, this is a very good one. I highly recommend. Heck, this could even be useful in things like Commander as well. Coming in at number 9. This time around, Black Sorcery, also a common. Costs 2 to bring out, and you have 2 different options. You'd get to choose one. Target player creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Or option B, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Of course, and then the other, pay 2. Choose both. So instead, if you pay 4 mana, you get to do both. Personally, I recommend paying the additional 2 mana and then use both abilities, which could be good in a zombie deck, or depending on what type of maybe black deck you're looking at wanting to experiment with. This is a card I feel that could be good not only in Pauper, but other types of decks as well. With that said, number 8. This time, Golem costs 3 to bring out, also a common. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Molten Gatekeeper deals 1 damage to each opponent. Also pay 1 red mana, unearth. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, exile it at the beginning of the next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, unearth only as a sorcery. Also, it's a 2/3. So yeah, definitely could be quite useful depending on what kind of decks you're looking at building an artifact deck, or really depends playstyle to how you would use a card like this. Still very good and very useful. Next up, coming in at number 7 is the first uncommon. Costs 1 to bring out. Null Elemental Blast. Instant. Choose one. Counter target multicolored spell. Destroy target multicolored permanent. For 1 mana, I think that is very good, if you ask me. And useful. Definitely, I would say specifically, this would be a very good card for a Commander deck. I could actually see people using a card like this in something such as, say, a Eldrazi deck, or possibly just a blue artifact deck. Really, it's really based around your creativity and what kind of unique strategies you want to do. But I think this has potential in just about any type of deck, and for its cost of 1 mana, I think it's definitely worth having. Coming in next at number 6. We go back to common. Costs 2 to bring out. It's a 3/1 Eldrazi. It has a Devoid. Also, for 3 mana, you can use the kicker. You may pay any additional 3 as you cast this spell. If this was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters and a trample counter on it with haste. So yeah, this is very good, especially I would say if you want to experiment and do something like a Pauper Commander deck or like a Pauper Eldrazi deck, this could be quite useful. I think it has real potential for multiple different situations, if you ask me. Coming in next at number 5. This time, we go back to uncommons. Costs 3 to bring out. You have 3 different things you can use for this. First, until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets -2, -0 until end of turn. Number 2, discard any number of cards, then investigate twice for each card discarded this way. And 3, shuffle up to 3 target cards from your graveyard into your library. Definitely useful. I would say specifically this is definitely good for a situation like a blue artifact deck, or I would say also even Merfolk. This could be very useful in. With that said, next coming in at number 4. Costs 1 to bring out. 1/1. Also, its ability, return an elf you control to its owner's hand, untap target creature, activate only once each turn. This actually could be quite useful, especially if you're playing somebody with an elf deck. This is a very nice little ability to have. For 1 mana, it's a 1/1. It's very easy, quick to bring out, and could prove to be a pain. Especially if you like using insects or parasite type strategies. This is a very good one, I highly recommend. Coming in at number 3 is a tie between 2. First of the 2, tied at, is a land card, which is an all-time classic, blue land. Yeah, you can add 1. Also, this deals 1 damage to you. That's the bad part, but then you have Threshold. Pay 1, tap, sacrifice this card. Target player draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards. Activate only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. This is very useful for, especially if you're in a tight spot. Tied with it, though, is a great artifact, Solar Transformer. Uncommon, costs 2 to bring out. Solar Transformer enters the battlefield tapped. When Solar Transformer enters the battlefield, you get 3 charge, or rather energy, counters on it. Tap, you can use a neutral color, which is good for things like Eldrazi. Also, if you tap, pay 1, add 1 mana of any color. So you get 3 counters, so that means you can add a colorless or up to, as time goes on, 3 different color mana. Very useful in a multicolor strategy deck. Which I'm sure you can come up with some creative ideas and strategies for Solar Transformer, which I think is easily one of my personal favorite artifacts from Modern Horizons 3. Coming in at number 2, arguably I think one of the best Eldrazi from Modern Horizons, easily. Eldrazi Ravager, costs 6 to bring out, it's a 6/6. Also has Annihilator 1, which is very nice. Of course, whenever this creature attacks, defending player sacrifices a permanent. Also, sacrifice 2 Eldrazi, return Eldrazi Ravager from your graveyard to your hand. Also, cycling for 2 mana, discard this card, draw a card. But if you ask me, that is one of the good reasons. It has pretty good attack for 6 mana. Also, the fact that Annihilator 1 is very useful, or in general, Annihilator is just one of the best, I think, mechanics, pure and simple, that's ever happened. Admittedly, I'm biased because Eldrazi are one of my favorite creatures of all time. And this is one of the things that helps make Modern Horizons 3 shine, is the Eldrazi. But the sacrifice 2 Eldrazi and get to return this, yeah, that's pretty nice also, very useful. Coming at number 1 is a card that got banned very quickly from Pauper. But it's easily my favorite out of the 10, easily my favorite common out of Modern Horizons. Yes, I'm sure you knew this was coming. My dear little ram, which basically just looks like a xenomorph head with legs, more or less. Artifact costs 1 black, 1 red to bring out. Living Weapon. Whenever this equipment enters the battlefield, creature, a 0/0 black Pyrexian Germ creature token. Then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +X+1, where X is the number of artifacts you control. And it costs 2 to equip. So total 4 mana. Yeah, this is a nightmare. If you predominantly only play like a multicolor, or rather specifically artifact decks, this is a nightmare to come up against. Which is one of the reasons it got banned very quickly, but I think that's why many people like myself love this card. And I'm expecting my next Modern Horizons 2, on the rare side of things, to expect to see a familiar banned card on that list as well. But with that said, I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. And stay safe out there, everyone, as everything just keeps getting nuttier by the day. See you again soon. And also, if you haven't, check out Modern Horizon 3. There's some great, legit, awesome cards in the set, especially if you love Eldrazi. See you again soon.